Hello and thanks for checking out TheChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the miners and gold and the dollar. Before I start it off, just want to point out that I have no position, not bullish, not bearish, on gold, on miners, on the dollar, on any of this that I am charting. I have been dogging the miner bulls for the past couple of weeks as I do these weekend wrap-up videos, and that is just because we're not seeing the correlation where, the market's at all-time highs. We have gold seeing some upside, and even when gold sees some upside, even though it's been limited, the bull miners are not really responding, and certainly making note of that to show that the bears do still have control overall. And now even gold seeing a bit more weakness. For example, this daily chart for the dollar broke a very key support level. We had resistance with a double top at 95.15, and we had support at a double bottom at 94.41. That broke on Friday. That's a bear break with a bear MACD cross. The next support really looking down in the $94 psychological area. But the fact that gold dumped, and we look at this dump here that occurred midday at 11 a.m. Eastern, certainly not the kind of reaction you would expect to an inverse correlation to the dollar. So the dollar saw some downside at 11 o'clock. It did see a bit of a bounce, but look at the magnitude of this bounce, still in a downtrend on the 15-minute time frame, and the magnitude of the dump for gold was so much more significant. So we ended gold very weak on the week, and the daily time frame is still just forming another lower high. Key support that must hold is 1263.41. There's a few more support levels in between where we stand and that level. But again, it's just the fact that we're seeing so much strength in the market and gold seeing a little bit of upside, but the miners not able to do anything with that. So I still am looking bearish on the miners if we're longer term, and we're looking just short-term day trades is what I've been saying. I would only be looking to day trade bull miners if we see a setup that we like, which hasn't been very often in the past couple weeks. So here on the daily time frame for GDX, look at this middle Bollinger Band rejecting the price 3 days in a row. All these moving average resistances, a weak bounce attempt, and now we're heading back down to support of 22.22. It's a very clear lower high, lower low pattern on this daily time frame. There's no indication of this trend changing anytime soon. The only hope the bulls have from here is to hold 22.22 support and see a break of 23.02 resistance to give us a little higher low and a higher high. On the weekly time frame, we can see that lower high and lower low, and it's giving back a decent amount of the bull move that we saw from all the summer, July through September. So bears are in full control of this pattern. We have a bearish MACD cross on the weekly, all these moving average resistances on the daily and the weekly time frame for GDX, certainly inhibiting the bulls from seeing any kind of follow through on any bounce attempt. And we're looking down on GDX at the next support after 22.22. We'd be looking down at 21.97. GDXJ, very similar in terms of the lower high, lower low, rejection from the middle Bollinger Band on the daily. Support is 31.89 and 31.61, and our resistance now, our new lower high, is 33.02. Weekly time frame, lower highs and lower lows. The loss of the 100-week moving average support was a clear red flag. It had held all year multiple times. We closed below it, and since then we have seen 3 weeks of weakness, rejecting from exponential resistance, no bounce in sight, a potential bear flag on this weak bounce attempt over the past 2 weeks. And if we see a break of 31.61, next support is down at 30.97. So there is still potential for further downside with where we stand. As long as the market is at all-time highs, the gold bulls are going to have trouble convincing people to put their money in gold. The gold is usually a haven when we see weak markets, and weak markets have not been a thing in 2017. So again, just sticking with what I've been saying the past few weeks, just looking for day trades for bull miners and bull gold. Otherwise, the weekly time frame, the swing trading trend is favoring the bears right now. And in my opinion, it would require market weakness in order to see a swing trade setup favorable for bull miners or bull gold. So we'll continue tracking it. Again, there are some decent daily setups for some short-term bullish action. Just this past week, we had one on Monday that certainly favored the bulls, but a complete lack of follow-through. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you soon.